Right, well guys, you'll see a coat of paint of that, we'll come to that in a minute. I had an experiment, we'll do this one first. Right, I started with the paint. As you can see, the back end did give a better finish, the front end not so much. I am definitely going to need some builder primer, because the holes in the hood or bonnet, wherever you're from in the world, didn't smooth as well as I'd hoped. Now, this was just the bottom end of a can. There wasn't really enough to do the whole thing. I just wanted to see if you've ever undertook one of these bodies, like any styrene builds, or you can sand and sand and sand for so long, and I'll get to a point where your brain won't see anymore. It just all looks the same no matter what you do. So sometimes just whack a coat of primer on it just to see where you're at. I can still see the lines through the paint, so I couldn't go with a gloss paint on this as it is. So I'm definitely going to get myself a can of builder primer, and see if I can fill in some of those gaps. I still have to fill the roof. The truck bed will pass at a quick glance that I'm happy with that repair. I really am. I do like the fact that you can see the shocker tops through the bed as well. Almost has like a hot rod look to it. Given the fact I was going to do it like an army truck, I don't know how good that is. I will be repainting these because, as you can see, the paint did not stick. Did not adhere like I was hoping to. But yes, I'm quite happy with how that turned out. I'm going to black the bed anyway, so that will hide any more imperfections. If you had smell-o-vision, this thing stinks. I put it outside for 20 minutes to air off, and I noticed it's absolutely pissing it down with rain. So luckily, the surface of the paint had hardened, but everywhere I've touched, I've put fingerprints in it. Right, so what have I done? I don't know what you saw on the last video, so I'll tip it upside down to the roof where it is. I have now bonded the two halves together. This is now one piece. I have also... hang on, bear with me. Right, get my trusty flashlight. As you can see, I have done some fiberglassing in the middle of the seats there. It didn't turn out very well. You can still see... what's going on here? You can still... I can't get the phone on the torch at the same time. You can still see the gearbox. I think I may have to admit defeat with that. Fiberglassing is not at my skill set an exact science, and it hasn't gone very well. So, right. So yeah, at a glance on camera, it looks alright, but like I say, up close, you can see every one of these little holes. So like I say, get some decent primer, and we'll see how it goes. I need to do the roof anyway, so I'm trying not to touch it and anything because it's still so. Right, so next part of this video. Well, that was a faff. Right, I brought this out because not everybody knows all my builds. This is a Ford Excursion. It's upside down because there's no chassis plate. And that is because this is the chassis plate. It is all metal, manufactured by myself. I'm quite impressed with how that turned out for somebody who has no official metalworking skills. I'll show you what it's not going to give me oh, the sun comes out now to wetting my truck through. Right, I attempted to... The plan was, when I built this truck, this was always going to be not sacrificial per se. Oh, that's a right scratch there. Anyway, not sacrificial per se, but I always intended this as a proof of concept, and then either make it stronger after I got it together, or make a copy of it somehow. So I always factored in maybe making a fiberglass version of this. Then I thought to myself, well, the chassis, the floor pan, the belly pan part of it is metal, so maybe I could use it as a book. Yeah, this was the start. The front wheel wells. Yes, I'll take it out because it sort of worked too well and not well at all. I used aluminium foil because I know things tend not to want to stick very well to this. So I thought the liquid resin would stick to it, and then I'd be able to use it as like a release agent to get it off the chassis. But as you can see, with all the bubbles and the raised parts here, the actual resin didn't want to stick to the aluminium foil, so it worked exactly as I'd expected, but just too well. So I'm going to save these. I'm going to use these for the yellow one of these. Maybe I can add fiberglass to them at a later date and build them up and make that as not a complete fail. So I'd always thought to myself, maybe I could make a sacrificial liner and fiberglass to that and then take the whole thing off. So I will show you what I did. Ta-da! I made a cardboard version. It's been a first for me. Where's it gone? I have never used Pritt stick or Pritt glue to make an RC car out of before. Right, so the plan is I'm going to cover the metal part with tape or cling film so that the resin doesn't get to it, and then I'm going to fiberglass this, which will then become an integral part of the build. So this is the new chassis. Now the hope there is, I've had a fair few people ask me about new floor pans for these. Now this is exactly the same wheelbase as the standard F350 Super Duty that it's based on, so I could make these for other people who have the original hard shell, and well, it'd be nice if I could make a bit of money out of this hobby because it's a very, very expensive hobby. Anyway, the thing is, it's time consuming and faffy, but I can recreate this. Alright, it's two-handed. I sacrificed a packet of Kellogg's Frosties to make this yeah, it's all cardboard. It's all held together with duct tape and Pritt glue. Now, I will fiberglass to this. This will be a permanent part of the new chassis. Hopefully, being porous, I can use this huge amount of this stuff. I don't think this is actually for fiberglass. I think it's meant to be for drywall. For joining drywall panels together when you plaster over it. And I used some of this stuff, which is also not for fiberglassing. It didn't work very well, but, and it's a big but, I was trying to fiberglass to very, very non-stick aluminium, so maybe this will work. This is an exact copy as is possible of the original. I need to cut these out, but I may wait until I've fiberglassed it and then just Dremel it out for the transfer case. But if I was going to make these for other people, I would leave that intact, because then they can cut whatever bloody holes they want in it for themselves. So yes, that is the plan. It was the plan today, but it has been doing that. Yeah, that's just been a recurring thing for the day. It has been doing that. Sun, rain, sun, rain, sun, rain. It had been sunny for about 2 hours, so I thought, oh, that must be the end of the rain. So I thought, I'll spray my car, put it outside. 2 minutes later, I started watching telly on the window, and I'm like, oh no, that's rain. And I rushed outside, it was soaking wet. So luckily, it being a primer, it dried very quickly. I just got to put up with the smell now, and my wife will not be happy when she gets home. The house stinks of paint. Right, so that's where we are. Hopefully, the weather in the UK will play ball, and I can get this done. Now, because I'm not having to prep it, I can just get out there and fiberglass it. This I've got to prep, because I need this to stay, to make it rigid, because that holds it in position then, because once it gets wet, it's going to be all floppy as hell. So, yeah, that's the plan. I deliberately left these long, because it didn't quite meet the chassis rails. If I'm pointing the camera where I'm looking. It didn't quite meet the chassis rails, so I'm hoping I can trim that later and have that totally enclosed. I cut lots of holes in the original for when I relocated the shockers several times, so that again is going to be a one-off deal. I'll just lately my mouth does not want to work. I don't know if it's old age or something wrong with me. Yes, so hopefully I have fixed all the issues from the handmade metal chassis by making it like this. I'll be very careful and keep it as flat as I can, and hopefully when it's painted then you'll not notice it's handmade. That would be nice. I don't care if it looks handmade, it would be nice if it didn't. Yeah, so because this is a process I could recreate, I could make these for other people now. Bold claim, I haven't done it yet, but that's my hope, that I can do this for the people. Anyway, again, I'm nearly out of memory on this phone, so thanks for watching, peeps. Exciting times. This is all experimentation, modding. It's both cool and frustrating. Anyway, thanks for watching, peeps, and more soon. Bye.